Amazing Maze. In a far, far away kingdom, there is an old king. His name is Edward. He lives with his wife. The name of the queen is Mary. King Edward is a good man. He is witty and gracious. He is fair, and he always tries to make his people happy. One day, he decides to arrange a competition. He will reward the winner. The award will be a palace and a piece of land. He hires several architects and engineers. "You will build a maze," he says. "It should be big and complicated," he adds. Then he tells the details about the maze. The architects and the engineers work for months and finish the maze. It has one entrance and 2 exits. There are several corridors, doors, animals, strange plants, and traps in it. There is a lake too. The competitors should be very careful inside the maze because it is complicated and dangerous. The day of the competition comes. There are many people in front of the maze. There are 20 volunteers. They want to enter the maze and try to win the competition. They are very excited because the king will announce the competitors in a few minutes. "Listen to me. I'm going to announce 2 names. These 2 people will enter the maze. We'll wait at the exit for them. The competition can take a few hours or a few days. It's hard to say," says the king. "The name of the first competitor is," says the king, and stops. He looks at the crowd. "Daniel, son of Dorian." The crowd applauses. The people whistle, shout, and cheer. They are very happy because Daniel is very famous in the kingdom. His family is very rich. He is very handsome and clever, but he is an arrogant boy. When he hears his name, he says, "I'm not just a competitor, I'm the winner." Then the king announces the second name. The second competitor is Jasmine Ark. The crowd is silent now. After a few seconds of silence, few people applaud and several people grumble. The crowd is not happy about the king's second choice. They are not excited either. Jasmine is a poor young girl. She is very shy and quiet. She lives with her mother, and people barely know them. The crowd is divided into 2. There are just a few people around Jasmine and her mother. The others are supporting Daniel. Daniel and Jasmine walk to the entrance of the maze. The king talks to them. Both of you will enter the maze. Only one of you will find the correct exit. I hope it will be a fair competition. Good luck. Now say goodbye to your parents and let the competition begin, says the king. Daniel talks to his parents. His father, Dorian, is very excited. I'm sure you will win, son. Just be quick, says his father. Then his mother hugs Daniel and says, Dear son, look at your rival. It's an insult to us. You deserve a strong and clever rival, not a poor little girl. I don't want to wait here for too long. Please find the exit in a few hours and give us the key to the palace. Daniel is very proud and confident. He looks at Jasmine. He pities her. Poor little girl, you have no chance, says Daniel. On the other side of the yard, Jasmine is talking to her mother. Jasmine, my dear, you are very clever. I trust you. You should trust yourself too. Please be careful in that maze. Be patient and gracious. Don't be greedy. If you fail to find the correct door, don't worry. It is not the end of the world. I am happy to live in that small house with you, says her mother. Jasmine hugs her mother. Oh, Mum, you are my queen. Our old small house is like a palace when you are in it, says Jasmine. She kisses her mother and walks to the entrance of the maze. The king opens the door. Jasmine and Daniel enter the maze. There is a high stone wall. The wall has 3 doors. One on the left, one on the right, and one in the middle. They are not locked. I will choose first. Don't follow me. You can choose your door after I go, you poor thing, says Daniel. He is very rude. Daniel looks at the doors. The one on the right is yellow. The one in the middle is black. The final door is red. I love yellow. It is the colour of gold. I picked the yellow door, says Daniel, and enters that corridor. Daniel disappears. Jasmine looks at the doors. She tries to find a clue. She looks for a sign, but she cannot see anything. All she can see is bush, grass, flowers, ivy, and small stones. She looks up to the sky. Maybe I can find a clue in the sky, she thinks. Then she hears a bird's voice. It is in pain. She tries to find the bird. Suddenly, she sees it. It is trapped in the ivy. The bird tries to fly, but the ivy doesn't let the bird go. Jasmine remembers her mother's advice. Be gracious. She decides to rescue the bird. She starts climbing the ivy. The first step, the second step, but she can't take a third step. The ivy catches Jasmine by her leg. She can rescue herself now because the knot is very thin. But she is very close to the bird, and she doesn't want to leave the bird there. She decides to try again. Look at her. She manages to reach the bird. She is very happy, but oh, what's that? The ivy ties another knot. Jasmine kisses the bird and says, "You are safe, my little friend. You are free now. Fly." But the bird doesn't fly away. It unties the knots with its beak and rescues Jasmine. "Thank you for rescuing me. You have a golden heart. I would like to help you." "Open the red door," says the bird, and flies away. Jasmine is surprised. She opens the red door and walks through the corridor. Then the corridor opens to a yard. There are 6 doors in the yard. She tries to open the doors, but they are locked. It's hard to decide. There must be a clue. I must find it, she says. She looks at the first door closely. There is a vague writing on the first door. It reads EERHT. She cannot understand it. What does it mean? She asks to herself. She goes to the second door and sees another writing. It reads EVIF. 5 of the doors have writing on them. There's nothing on the 6th door. She writes the words in the sand. EERHT. EVIF. THGIE. NEETRIHT. ENOYTNEWT. She starts thinking. She has to find the answer. But how? Luckily, she is good at words. She examines the letters very carefully. She counts the letters. It doesn't work. She tries to make meaningful words with them. It doesn't work either. She feels tired and hungry, but she must find the answer first. Think, 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 she commands herself. Suddenly, she sees it. They are numbers. They are written backwards. The sixth number is missing, and she should find it. She writes the numbers in the sand. 3, 5, 8, 13, 21. She feels desperate now. She is bad at maths. These numbers don't mean anything to me. I can never find the answer, she says, and starts crying. Then she remembers her mother's words. Trust yourself and be patient. She studies the numbers carefully. There must be a pattern, she says. A few minutes pass without success. She is making calculations, but she cannot find the solution. Suddenly, she screams with joy. That's it! 3 plus 5 equals 8. 5 plus 8 equals 13. That's the way it goes. So I must add 13 to 21. That's the sixth number. Let me see. 13 plus 21 equals 34. She writes the number on the sixth door and waits. The sixth door opens with a loud noise. Jasmine takes a few steps and sees a peaceful garden. There is a fountain. Jasmine is very thirsty. She runs to the fountain. She is starving too. She looks for something to eat, but she cannot find anything. Then she sees a squirrel nest. It is full of walnuts and hazelnuts. They look wonderful, but I shouldn't eat them. They are not mine, thinks Jasmine. Just at that moment, the squirrel family comes. They see Jasmine and they have a little chat. You can eat the walnuts and the hazelnuts, says the mother squirrel. Jasmine is very happy. Then she remembers her mother's words again. Don't be greedy. She takes only one walnut and thanks the squirrel family. The night is coming and Jasmine is very sleepy. She makes a bed for herself and falls asleep. She is having a dream now. A fairy mother talks to Jasmine in her dream. Can you smell the roses? Follow them, she says, and disappears. Jasmine opens her eyes. The sun is shining. She feels relaxed and happy and hungry. She sees a leaf near her bed. There are walnuts and hazelnuts on it. She has her breakfast with them. She thanks the squirrel family. Then she starts walking. The road splits into two. Which way should she go? She looks for a riddle or a clue. She cannot find anything. Then an amazing smell fascinates her. It is a familiar smell. What is it? Roses! It's the smell of roses. She follows the smell. It leads her to a pathway. She walks to the end of the pathway. There's a high wall and a door. This is the end of the maze, she says, and runs to the door. This door is very familiar, she thinks. This is the door of my own house, she screams. She is really disappointed. This isn't the right door, she says in tears. Then she reaches for the doorknob. What about Daniel? Where is he now? Is he close to the correct door? After opening the yellow door, Daniel sees a chest full of gold. There are thousands of gold coins in it. Daniel is very happy. That's why I love yellow, he says. He fills his pockets with them. He puts some coins in his shoes too. I can make my own palace with this gold, but I still want to win this competition. I want to have 2 palaces, he says. It's time to go, he adds. Daniel can't walk very fast because the gold is very heavy. I don't have to walk fast. I have a lot of time. That poor girl can never find the correct door, he thinks. He walks for a while. Then he sees 6 doors. There are some letters on the first 5 doors. There's no letter on the 6th door. He looks at the letters. T, A, H, E, L. I think I have to find the secret word, but I have to find the missing letter first, he says. He thinks for a while. He rearranges the letters. Question mark, E, A, L, T, H. I'm a genius, he shouts. It is easy to guess the first letter. It may be H. In that case, the secret word is health. It may also be W. In that case, the secret word is wealth. He laughs loudly. He is very proud of himself. Should he say health or should he say wealth? The answer is clear, he says. He looks at the golden coins in his pockets and says, wealth, in a loud voice. Suddenly, one of the doors opens. He enters the corridor and walks for a while. The corridor leads him to a beautiful garden. There is a big table in the middle of the garden. The table is full of delicious food and colourful drinks. What a wonderful feast! I really deserve it, he says, and starts eating. A bowl of soup, some meat and salad, some rice, a bowl of fruit salad. He eats all of these. 2 glasses of water, several glasses of nectar. He drinks all of these too. His stomach is full now. There is a lake in the garden. He wants to stand up and walk to the lake. He wants to make a bed for himself and sleep for a while near the lake. But it is hard to walk because he is very heavy. It takes several minutes to walk just a few steps. Finally, he reaches the lake and makes a bed with the leaves. He falls fast asleep. He wakes up in the morning. The table is full with new food: cheese, olives, bread, butter, eggs, and jam. He has a great breakfast and starts walking. His stomach is very big again. The road splits into 2. Left or right? Which direction should he choose? He counts the coins in his left pocket. There are 54 coins. Then he counts the coins in his right pocket. There are 63 coins. I will go right, he says. He is walking slowly. Then he hears a vague noise. What's that noise? He asks. Drums, trumpets, bells, cheers, whistles. There's a celebration. Daniel turns the corner and sees a huge door. It is magnificent. Its doorknob is made of gold. It has a silver frame. It is just like the door of a palace. Daniel is very happy. He can hear the voices clearly now. I win! I win! They are celebrating me, he shouts. He checks his hair and clothes, takes a deep breath, and opens the door with a big smile on his face. Just at the same moment, poor Jasmine wipes up her tears and opens the old wooden door. She sees her mother first. Then she sees the king. He approaches Jasmine. Well, Jasmine, he says and stops. I don't know what to say, he says and stops again. I think I must say congratulations, says the king and hugs Jasmine. You are the winner, my dear girl, because you are very helpful. Then he gives the palace's keys to Jasmine. Jasmine is very happy. She hugs her mother and they both cry. I must give the key to my mother. She is the queen of our palace, she says. Then the other door opens. Daniel comes out of the maze. He sees Jasmine and the key. His smile disappears. His parents are very sorry and disappointed. "Don't worry," says Daniel. "I have got a lot of gold. We can make our own palace." He looks at his pockets. There is no gold in them. They are full of yellow leaves. Jasmine and her mother move to the palace, and they live happily ever after.